Welcome Diecast fans, I'm Tom Spanners Watson.
And I'm Frank Aguirre Gibbs.
It's time for Groups 3 and 4 of the JDM Rundown 2021.
The first round provided a lot of huge action, mostly thanks to Hey Damn. But well done to these four drivers, they're moving on. Who's going to join them?
As per last time, each manufacturer can submit one car per qualifier, and we're running the standard 5-4-3-2-1 point system.
That's right, it worked out pretty well last time, even though there was some quite spectacular accidents. There was also some great racing, but let's have a look at who's up first.
Okay, so in the R35 we've got Max, then we've got Stevie in the Civic, Rad Rodney in the RX-7, and Smarts driving the Scion GT86.
And if you haven't got your JDM Rundown 2021 t-shirt or sweatshirt, make sure you jump over to chaoscanyonmerch.online and get that today.
Alright, that's enough shameless self-promotion, let's get into some racing, shall we? So starting up front we've got Max and Smarts, behind them we've got Stevie and Rad Rodney.
It's almost like Maxwell Smart, you said then. Do you think the others will be out to get smart?
Dad jokes, really? Let's just focus on the race, shall we? Alright, Smarts out quickly, Max in behind, Rad Rodney tries to get up the inside, Max holds him out, chases hard against Smarts but he can't do it, and that was a close battle for third and fourth there, but it looked like Rad Rodney took it.
Yeah, and just again, appreciate this drift from Smarts out in front. He's got some beautiful car control there. Look at that drift, just beautiful.
And then of course there's the big battle for third and fourth between Rad Rodney and Stevie, and that angle's completely useless with Smarts blocking the camera. Let's have a look at it here, and Rad Rodney did take it out. So Smarts picks up 5, Max 3, Rad Rodney 2, Stevie 1.
And that sounds like Stevie Wonder.
You're just full of the puns tonight, aren't you, Frank? Alright, let's get race 2 underway. Smarts leading out from the inside lane, Rad Rodney around the outside. He'll go over the jump first. Stevie gets up the inside of Smarts. Rodney spins around, blocks the track. He gets over the line but holds up Smarts and Max there. Disappointing for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought Smarts had him there, but Rad Rodney just blocked the track by spinning wildly. You'll see it here, he was well out in front, goes sideways. Stevie does a great job to get up the inside and get past Smarts there, and then he does a beautiful bit of driving. You'll see it on this angle here. He gets past Rad Rodney by picking his line perfectly as Rodney's spinning. Right there, he just gets up the inside. Smarts tried to go around the outside, but that was the wrong call, and Rad Rodney manages to roll across the line while Smarts and Max get left behind.
So with that win, Stevie moves into first place, Rad Rodney and Smarts close behind, and Max trailing at 3 points. As the drivers rotate around, we get ready for race number 3. They drop the pins and get underway. Smarts a little bit slow out of the gate this time. Rad Rodney will move out with the lead. Stevie running behind. Sounded like somebody went off track there. We've got Rad Rodney and Stevie across the line. Smarts in for third, and oh, it looks like Max has joined the Toyota infield there.
Pity he couldn't pull a Hey Damn and get himself back on track, but let's have a look at this. Rad Rodney went wide, Stevie goes wide out the other side, and then Max goes even further wide on the inside, and that's where he plows into the back of that Toyota Hi-Ace. Luckily it's a robust vehicle and manages to stay together, but oh, that was just brutal. And Smarts again with huge big drift in that Toyota GT86 of his.
With that, Rad Rodney moves into the lead, Stevie close behind, Smarts back on 7. He's going to need some good points in this race if he's going to move through to the next round.
Well, anything can and does happen at the Canyon, so you never know.
Stevie out quick, Rad Rodney right on his tail, they'll take the lead. Over the jump, here comes Max. Max trying to get around Rad Rodney, but he'll hold on for second place. Max third, and Smarts bringing up the rear, picks up 1 point. That is not going to be enough for him, unfortunately.
And with some nice driving from Stevie there, that means the Hondas finally have a car into the semis, and he'll be joined by Rad Rodney in that RX-7. But that does mean we've got to say goodbye to Max and Smarts.
We're just going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, race fans. Let's get going for group number 4. Let's have a look at the drivers. So we've got Jimmy James driving the R34 Skyline Geordie and the Civic Type R, Jeff in the RX-3, and Fally driving the 2020 Supra.
I think we should just call them Jelly because all the other drivers' names start with J.
You know that's not how names work, right? And while Frank's talking nonsense, the drivers have started. We've got Jimmy James out front. Oh, and that's the Civic of Geordie going over there. He's blocking the track, but there goes the RX-3 of Jeff somehow, and Fally gets stuck in behind.
You mean Jelly?
Would you please just focus, Frank?
Well, I'm more focused than Geordie. He landed very badly there, got up on 2 wheels and couldn't hold it. That flicked him over. And if you watch right at the back, you've got Jeff there in the RX-3 who looked like he was well out of it, but that actually allowed him the space to see what was going on in front of him, and you see it right there. He pulls wide, gets around the outside, goes down, picks up the points for second place, leaves Felly and Geordie stuck in behind.
So Jimmy takes 5 points, Jeff with 3, and that is a tough way to start the round. The drivers have rotated around. We've got Jeff and Felly in the front row, James and Geordie in behind. Oh, looked like Jeff spun around there. James goes over. Felly with clear space runs down, takes the win, and it looks like everybody else is stuck on the track.
Yeah, that is a really rough start. Look at this. Jeff here goes around, manages to pull a 180 in KM corner, but still manages to back it over the jump. And then you see there, James just flipping his car with a very bad bounce. Followed not far behind by Geordie, rolling that Civic Type R, and then Jeff gets stuck in between the two of them.
Jimmy and Felly now tied for first place on 5 points, Jeff on 3, Geordie with 0. He'll be looking to get some points on the board this time, starting from the front row with Jeff. As race 3 gets underway, Jeff on the inside, Geordie around the outside. Pretty even, Geordie takes the lead. Oh, what a huge accident there in Kahuna corner. Jeff holds on for the win, James in second, Felly in third, and that Civic Type R took an absolute pounding on that one.
Oh, he's going to need some Panadol after that one. The whiplash from that sudden stop will be brutal. And then it looked like he rolled right across the top of that high ace van. Those poor vans are taking an absolute pounding, but as you can see, they're built to last because they're just holding up beautifully. And then the other 3 race down to the finish.
Geordie with no chance now, but Jimmy, Jeff and Felly are all within 1 point of each other. Who's going to make it through to the next round?
I just love it when it comes down to the last race.
They set off for the last time. Geordie and James up front. They'll come out with the lead. James challenging. Oh, they both get a bit of a spin on. Geordie will go down for the win. James goes through, followed by Jeff and Felly.
Ha, made you say jelly.
Yes, thanks for that, Frank. Way to keep it professional. All right, so Jeff and Jimmy will be moving on, and we say goodbye to Geordie and Felly from this round.
Disappointing for Team Toyota tonight with neither of their drivers going through, but at least the Civics have got one person in the semis.
So the drivers are Wiz in the grey Skyline R35, LC in the red Scion Toyota, Lorenzo in the yellow R35 Skyline, Larrick and Larry in the red RX-7. Then we've got Stevie in the Civic SI, Red Rodney in the orange RX-7, Jimmy James in the grey R34 Skyline, and finally Jeff in the green RX-3.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a heck of a final. The Skyline's definitely dominating so far, but you can't write off the other drivers. As we know, at the Canyon, anything can happen.
Can and does happen. And you know what else makes things happen at the Canyon? You do. You really help us out when you hit that like button, leave us a comment, and of course subscribe so you don't miss a video.
And of course, share it with your friends because you never know what they might enjoy as well.
Alright, that's enough from us tonight. I'm Tom Spanners Watson, he's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We look forward to seeing you next time.
You know, there's so much drifting going on at the Canyon, maybe we should hold a drift race.
That sounds like a good idea.